Every great journey begins with a single step. And at Jessey Hospital College of Health Sciences, that step is met with warmth, guidance, and possibility. Here, learning goes beyond the books. It is where future healthcare heroes are nurtured by passionate instructors who believe in their potential. From theory to practical, our healthcare assistant students gain real-world skills in a real healthcare setting, preparing to serve, support, and make a difference from day one. Because at Jessey Hospital College of Health Sciences, we don't just teach healthcare. We empower excellence. Admissions are now open for our May and June intakes. Step into your future today. Find us at Blessed House, 5th floor, opposite Garden City Mall. Jessey Hospital College of Health Sciences, empowering excellent healthcare.
At Jessey Hospital, we understand that a child's smile is priceless. That's why our dental services are tailored with care and compassion to ensure your little ones have the best experience possible. From gentle checkups to specialized treatments, our pediatric dental experts create a safe and friendly environment, making every visit fun and stress-free. Because we believe healthy habits start young. And for the grown-ups, we've got you covered too, with top-notch dental care for the whole family. Visit Jessey Hospital today, located in Roysambu, opposite Park University on Lumumba Drive, and experience dental care that's gentle, professional, and family-friendly. Jessey Hospital, you first.
Greetings and welcome to yet another transformative episode of the Healthy You program. Now, this is your favorite health program on Faith Today television. My name is Enock Kitondekijja, your host, and I'm so honored to walk this journey of healing, health, and transformation with you. A special thanks goes to Jessey Hospital. Now, these are our esteemed partners. They make this program possible. They are pushing and advocating for health awareness. Now, should you require any health services, even emergency, they're right there at your service. You can find them in Roysambu along Lumumba Drive, just next to Happy Life Children's Home. They are also in Mariaini. They are also in Juja. That is Jessey Hospital for you. Health for the body, mind, and soul. Now, this is a month of breast cancer awareness. And did you know that more than 70% of all breast cancer cases in the sub-Saharan Africa are diagnosed in advanced stages, as compared to 20%, less than 20% in the high-income countries? That's according to the International Agency for Research on Cancer. Think about this. So many women out there only go for a checkup when they have a lump. But did you know that early stage breast cancer often does not show any symptom at all? Now, could that simple act, getting screened, be the best gift you can give yourself before the year ends? Now, today is a discussion we're going to have we want to unpack the fight against breast cancer and the role early detection plays in ensuring a good life for you. You do not want to miss this. And to help us unpack this important discussion is no ordinary lady. We've had her before. She is a sonographer, an expert in radiography. She has helped so many doctors and patients find out what they are really struggling with, cutting through the probability, the probable diagnosis, and so just to find out whatever is coming up to affect your health. She's right here with us. And should you have any question concerning this discussion about breast cancer, you can use that number on your screen. Send in your question as fast as you can. And now, if this conversation makes sense, feel free to share with as many people as you can. Those of you, if it's your first time to watch us, remember to like, remember to subscribe and follow us. It makes a great difference. All right? So thank you so much. Back to my guest, Madam Fiona. Welcome once again to Faith Today Television.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Good morning. My name is Fiona Khaemba. I'm a radiographer. I'm a sonographer. And by the grace of God, I'm also a specialized cardiac sonographer. I'm so happy to be here today. Thank you for having me as we dissect the topic on breast cancer awareness. I'm looking forward for a very interactive session.
We are also excited to have you.
Yeah.
And before we start, how was your weekend? I understand some people's weekend was longer than before. For you, how was it as a medic?
As a medic, we didn't really get to enjoy the long weekend. Maybe we did it partially, but we've been hands-on, work, nothing more. But we thank God for that. Yeah.
And really appreciate the work you're doing, because I remember when we had a talk yesterday, I expected you to be at home, maybe with your family, having fun, relaxing. But you're like, you know what? I'm going to the hospital.
Yeah,
we have
sure.
a patient to work on. That is something commendable.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
All right. Today we're having a very critical discussion. We're talking about breast cancer. For those who are seeing this show for the first time, we want to begin with clarity. What is really breast cancer and how does it even develop in our bodies?
Okay.
Yeah.
Breast cancer is a cancer that affects the breast. So this is basically the abnormal cells that grow in our bodies with or without our consent, and they tend to form masses and they form lumps that occupy in the breast. We are talking about breast cancer. So these ones, they occupy specifically in the breast. So they tend to grow rapidly and uncontrollably. And if not detected early, they can spread to other body parts. So basically, breast cancer is abnormal growth of cells in the breast. Yes, that is breast cancer.
Breast cancer.
Yeah.
I mean, the abnormalities in the breast.
Yeah.
Okay. To get even deeper, we want also to understand, before we get deeper, how, what are the causes of breast cancer? Where does it come from? Is it a bacterial cause? Is it caused by a bacteria, a virus? How does it come about?
Okay, most of the times we tend to see breast cancer, they affect the body cells. These are things that happen when we know, okay, most of the times we don't know they are happening. It's not bacterial, it's not viral. It's just it presents itself as more of a growth. There are growths that majorly affect the cells, the body cells, or whatever tissue that tend to happen. Maybe if you're talking about the breast, they affect the breast. If you're talking for cervical cancer, they get to the cervix. But right now we are doing the breast cancer. So there are abnormal growths. There are abnormal masses. They form as lumps or very irregular masses that they come. It's not a bacterial, it's not a viral. It presents as masses. Yeah.
Presents as masses.
Yes.
And it is really a very important discussion to have, because we see so many people, they get to diagnose it late in the advanced stages, stage 3, stage 4. So today we really want to understand, how do you detect this cancer early before it becomes invasive and affect someone's life terribly?
Yeah, that's a nice question. So in the modern world, we have technology. We use breast ultrasound. we use mammography to detect the cells that are abnormal, that they are forming. This technology helps us to detect them as early as possible, even before they start presenting themselves as the mass. You see, when the cells they form together, before they form together to form a mass or to form a lump, the technology that we have today using mammography, using breast cancer, enables us to detect them as early as possible before they become painful, before they start forming symptoms and signs and all that. So we have technology that is essential in detecting early breast cancer. Yeah.
So there's technology today that can detect this.
Yeah, we have technology.
And I agree with you because when we look at Africa as a whole, we are losing so many people to breast cancer.
Sure.
And most of the people who come to the hospital, finally, they come in the late stages, like you've alluded to, stage 3, stage 4, and it's a challenge.
Yeah.
It's really a challenge. So maybe before we get deeper into the discussion also, help us understand what difference does it make, I mean, when you have this ultrasound done, other than having, someone do the breast exam by themselves, or maybe doing any other kind of investigation. Like, how is it different? What can someone catch while they're doing a breast cancer, that rather when they're doing an examination, that a scan can pick?
Okay, when you're doing a self-examination on the breast, you just tend to look roughly, you palpate the breast and you're looking for a lump. That is something that can be felt by your hands, and it can only be felt if it's big or if it's not deep into the breast tissue. So when we are doing the ultrasound, even without a lump, we are able to see how the breast tissue is presenting itself. We're able to see the size, we're able to see the echogenicity, if it's within the normal echo pattern. We're able to see the breast tissues if they are normal. We're able to see the glands, the mammary glands and all that. That is something that cannot be caught in a self-examination. I'm not saying that self-examination is bad, actually it's encouraged, but that's a step that you can do. But the next step you can do is to do a breast ultrasound. It's more distinct and it's more keen to details to help us know the parenchymal structure of the breast, to help us know the features, the blood flow and everything happening inside the breast that cannot be captured outside using the bare hands. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for the clarity. Those of you who are just tuning in, the expert in the building is helping us understand the role an ultrasound plays. Like, she has not downplayed the fact that you need to do a breast exam as a woman. Quite often it helps you in so many ways. She's also just emphasizing that having this ultrasound done, it helps you detect what your eyes, what your touch, what your eyes cannot see. And we are so happy to have you. So those of you who are tuning in, remember this discussion is brought to you by Jessey Hospital. All right. I want us to go to the next gear.
Okay.
You talked about a mammogram somewhere. How is it different from an ultrasound? What's the difference? And who qualifies to go for a mammogram, and who does the ultrasound?
Okay, when we are doing a mammogram, it's a special exam that is also used to examine the breast. A mammogram uses a low dosage of X-rays, and a breast ultrasound uses the sound waves. So for a mammogram, it's more evident and a mammogram is more of something that is used to detect cancer cells for women who are above 40 years. So so it's more profitable to those women who are in their old stage, who are approaching the menopause. And for a breast ultrasound, it's used for younger women, for women who are below 40 years or below 35 years. It's more evidence because you see the breast tissue is more dense. For women who are in their early stages or in their early years, in their childbearing age, you find the breast tissue is more dense. So for older women, the breast tissue, it has reduced in size, the tissue of the breast, so the density has reduced. So for the mammogram, you find it's more helpful to women who are older, women who are above 40 years. And for breast ultrasound, it's more helpful to women who are below 35 years. That is in regards to the density of the breast tissue. Yeah.
So that means if a young girl comes up and because she Googled on the internet, mammogram is is a test, that you guys do. You do not do it.
No, we don't
for
do it
them.
for women below
Okay.
40.
Below
Yeah.
40.
Yeah, we do for those who are approaching menopause or
Okay.
after menopause.
So you talked about below 35.
Yes,
And
yes.
I know my viewer wants to understand how soon should someone, a lady, have an ultrasound done for their breast?
Okay, when you do a self breast examination, maybe you find there is nothing, you can just screen yourself with a breast ultrasound to check or to confirm that indeed there is nothing happening. And then for ladies who are above 30 years or above 25, those who are breastfeeding, those who are pregnant, they can do the breast ultrasound, because nowadays you see the breast cancer is targeting a lot of pregnant women. Like you can see those pregnant women who are about to breastfeed or they are breastfeeding, they tend to develop those lumps that are not normal, or they tend to develop the growths, the masses that are not normal. So any woman can make it a habit to screen themselves maybe once a year for a breast ultrasound, to keep in touch, to know how she's doing, to know how the breasts are doing. Yes.
Wow, I like now the details that you're giving us, and more so the clarity on every woman. For our viewers, we are understanding that every woman needs to do an ultrasound, regardless of whether you are pregnant or not.
Yes,
But
yes.
now, if you're pregnant, it's more, advised for you to
Yes.
have, because there are those, abnormal
Yeah.
lumps. You call them lumps.
They predispose themselves on the pregnant women, on the lactating mothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lactating mothers, meaning
Yeah.
those who are
Those who are
yet to
breastfeeding. Yes.
Yeah. So this is a discussion that you do not want to miss. We are losing so many of our relative sisters, aunties to breast cancer just because they did not get this information. Just to also help us understand, of course, you've said, as long as you have done a breast exam and nothing has showed up, that is one factor
Yes.
that should push you to go for a breast exam.
Yes.
But before even, you do that breast exam, what are some of the other red flags that a woman should look out for?
Okay, there are several red flags to look out for, not only for women, but also to men, because breast cancer, though it's rare, but it can also appear to men. You can look out for lumps, as you have said. You can look out for masses, as you've said, as you palpate, you feel something in your breast, you can go for a check. And then you can look out for discharge. Unless you are breastfeeding, you're not supposed to get any fluid out of your nipple, out of your breast. So if you have any abnormal discharge, any weird discharge that is happening, that's a red flag. You can look at the direction of the nipple. The nipple is supposed to point outwards. So if you find yours is coming inwards, that's a red flag that needs to be checked. And then the size of the breast, the texture of the breast, it's also something to look out. When suddenly the breasts become small or suddenly they become big, of course you expect breastfeeding mothers, sometimes the breasts, they increase in size, but out of nowhere you see your breasts are increasing in size, that's a red flag. You need to look out for medication, for medical help. You seek for medical help to see what's happening, if it's normal or if it's abnormal. And then the skin tone around the breast. Sometimes you see there is redness, there is swelling, there is scaling, or the skin is peeling off, or the region around the nipple, you can find it's becoming ashy, the changing on the skin tone. That's also a red flag that you need to look out for both men and women, not just women.
Okay, now
Yes.
that's something new.
Yes.
For all gender, both men and women, there are certain things that you have to observe yourself. Look at your breasts. She's saying, are they inverted? The nipples, are they inverted?
Yes, yes.
That is something that you don't want to postpone. She's talking about any discharge, any abnormal increase in size.
Yes.
So for that, you do not want to delay. You want to go and then, cut through all the doubts and come to get a report from the sonographer here, Fiona, to help you with that. I hope you've sent in your question using that number on your screen. The expert is here to answer all your questions. There are so many people who have fears that you call it a machine. What can I call it?
Machine.
That machine that you use on people's breasts. If someone used it earlier, it can affect them, and they are worried to do that scan because they are thinking, that it can affect. Because how can you get to see what is inside me? How did you even get to know? Where did you pass to see the cancer or maybe no cancer?
Yeah.
Does it affect? We want to know the truth from you, the sonographer.
That's a nice one. Unfortunately, it doesn't affect, but we get to see those patients who come. They're not aware of what's happening, or they think maybe you scan someone who has breast cancer. So when you do it with me, you'll transfer it to me, but it doesn't happen that way. We tend to sanitize our machines and to keep them free from infection. And then also the ultrasound machine uses the sound waves, which are very safe in penetrating through the tissues of the breast to check on the inside, to check on whether there is something that is alarming. So the sound waves, they are so safe. They do not cause cancer. Even if you do breast ultrasounds like monthly, you won't get cancer. You'll not be disposed to get cancer. Yes. So the machines are safe for cancer screening, and they won't transmit or make you at a risk of getting the cancer. Yes.
Yes, I like the way you've broken it down for us. And also, I'm sure there are people who think that whenever you do that exam, it could probably spread the cancer in other places or what. At what point do you recommend an ultrasound? At what point is it contraindicated, like not advised to have a scan?
Okay.
Are there exceptions?
There are no exceptions for not having the scan, but ultrasound is the first diagnostic tool for diagnosing or for finding out breast cancer. Because when you do the ultrasound, maybe we've done an ultrasound of the breast, we found a lump that is not normal, a lump that is disposing us to cancer. That's when you'll forward it to the doctor. You say you've seen this lump. Then from there, they'll go ahead and test it with the lab. They do biopsy and all the other tests to find out if it's truly cancer. We cannot do the test without seeing the lump where it is, or without seeing how it looks like, without seeing the size and how it is. There are so many lumps of the breast. So it does not really mean that when you have a lump, it's cancerous. So the ultrasound is the one that's able to tell us if this lump is cancerous, or if it's just a lipoma, or if it's a fibroadenoma and all that. Yes.
Wow. That is quality information here from you. Fiona here is helping us understand that there are no contraindication to having the scan. You need it at every level. And them examining, it doesn't mean that they're going to spread the cancer all over. It is helping them pinpoint where the cancer is, so that the doctors, like he has said, if they have found a lump that is abnormal, they're able to take a piece of meat, she calls biopsy, to go now further and make these investigations to find out if it is cancer. So they're able to deal with it right then. And I think this conversation is really timely. Of course, I saw you people running a campaign on your page, and you're trying to create this awareness and things like that. Why is it important to really talk about breast cancer more so in Kenya?
Yeah. It's important to create awareness because knowledge is power. You see so many people, they're in the dark. They really don't know whether they need the scan. They really don't know the importance of the scan. They really don't know, or they're feeling stigma, or they're covered with shame. Like someone cannot just come and say, I have something in my breast. They're feeling the shame. So creating awareness, it's just a tool that's used to say that it is safe and it is okay, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're having, we won't judge you. We'll help you to be better. We will help you to be more healthier. We will help you to prevent the cancer if it's there, or other things that might affect your breast. So creating awareness is very essential, especially for those who are in the dark, or for those who know. You see, nowadays we have technology. Maybe someone has seen a lump, they've gone to Google, to ChatGPT, they have been told a lot of things. So this person is so anxious, she doesn't really know, she's so confused. So at least creating awareness will help you to know exactly what you're dealing with. Yes.
You've talked about something very important here, Googling and ChatGPT.
Yes.
A lot of people, that is their go-to choice in case of anything. That is where they want to, to find all the information they need. But you've helped us understand that in Kenya here, people who are so much good at research, so much good at the internet, they're able to get every information. So you are discouraging that.
I'm not discouraging.
Yeah.
You can Google, you can use ChatGPT, but still come to the hospital to get clarity. Come get scanned to get clarity.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell ChatGPT you're having a lump, but you really don't know how this lump is appearing. You really don't know how the lump is measuring the size. You really don't know the exact place. Yes, it's in the breast, but you don't know if it's in the first quadrant or the fourth quadrant. So I'm not against using ChatGPT, but come get clarity on it. Come get clarity on the type of thing that you're dealing with. Yes.
Wow, I think that's very, very important. Saying ChatGPT, Google is not bad, but to ascertain where that lamp is something that you people do, the sonographers, to help people understand if it is there, if it is this side, that this is what it means. So let them help you interpret the results. Do not interpret these results from home. They're here to help us. Again, I know you're sending in your questions. We are going to take a short break, and when we return, we are going to be able to understand how can you take charge of your health as a woman. We're going to also get to understand the statistics, the numbers in Kenya as to regards to breast cancer. We're also going to answer your questions. Remember, this discussion is brought to you by Jessey Hospital, and I remember we had a discussion like this last year. Same time, we are talking about breast exam, how you do the examination and things like that. Today, we may not go into that, the actual examination, but when you go in our YouTube channel, that is Faith Television, we have made sure that we back this information for you, that you are able to do that technique on your own, and so that you are not worried about anything. That is courtesy Jessey Hospital. We're going to take a short break, and when we return, we're going to answer all your questions. I hope you sent them in. Thank you.
Every great journey begins with a single step. And at Jessey Hospital College of Health Sciences, that step is met with warmth, guidance, and possibility. Here, learning goes beyond the books. It is where future healthcare heroes are nurtured by passionate instructors who believe in their potential. From theory to practical, our healthcare assistant students gain real-world skills in a real healthcare setting, preparing to serve, support, and make a difference from day one. Because at Jessey Hospital College of Health Sciences, we don't just teach healthcare. We empower excellence. Admissions are now open for our May and June intakes. Step into your future today. Find us at Blessed House, 5th floor, opposite Garden City Mall. Jessey Hospital College of Health Sciences, empowering excellent healthcare.
Faith Today TV is here to make your brand outstanding. Worry not on where to advertise your business or your product. Call us on 0114 777 000 or email us on info@faithtodaytv.co.ke.
Hello there, my name is Enoch. Taking care of your health should be a top priority. Looking at the various engagements that we have today, it is so easy to forget about our health, mental well-being. That is why we introduce to you the Healthy You Talk Show, a brand new show that is going to address matters concerning your health, nutrition, stress management, mental health, name it. We bring to you a wide range of experts who are going to be touching pertinent issues concerning our health. Tune in every Tuesday at 10 a.m. live on Faith Today TV.
All right, welcome back once again to our second segment. We are talking about a war against breast cancer and the role early detection plays in securing your health. We're having an expert from Jessey Hospital. Again, right here is Fiona, a sonographer, radiographer. She was also doing cardio. She made those details in the first part of our discussion. So she's an expert in this field, helping doctors, patients alike get to the actual diagnosis of whatever they are suffering from or going through without any guesswork, without any probability or this and that, just getting to the right diagnosis. And so she's right here to help us understand the role of early detection. She has been able to describe and define what breast cancer is, and at what level do you get your breast scanned. And she's also stressed the idea of making sure you do a breast exam, making sure that even as much as you do research on Google and ChatGPT, it's important you get to have the final word from them so you can allay all the anxieties and the like. So on this part of our discussion, we want to answer all your questions, but also, first of all, clear some questions here. I know, Fiona, you've given us quality information in our first part of our discussion. I know there are viewers who would want to also understand some of the risk factors to breast cancer, what really predisposes the women to breast cancer. Of course, we've seen so many women in Kenya, in Africa, wide, who are really suffering from this. Some have lost their lives. So they would want to understand what really puts my life at risk. Thank you.
Okay, when you're looking at the risk factors for breast cancer and any other cancer, it's just the lifestyle. Like, you get excessive use of alcohol, things like obesity, and then when you're not eating clean, those are some of the things that make us prone to having breast cancer. And then things like radiations, yes, x-rays. Like, for a person, you're supposed to do at least 6 x-rays in a year, at least 6 x-rays. Like, when you do more than that, you're overdoing, and the radiations usually put us at a risk of getting breast cancer or any other type of cancer. So basically, we are just encouraged to exercise, eat clean, avoid excessive consumption of alcohol, avoid smoking, and keep fit, exercise. Yes, those are some of the things that can help us. It's actually a lifestyle change. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about lifestyle change. So many people talk about that. But we want to understand, like, in instances of eating clean, what do you mean by eating clean?
Eating clean, they say your plate should be a rainbow, more of vegetables, and we should avoid more of junks, because we find that most of them are just filled with chemicals and all that. So we should eat vegetables, we should eat healthy, we should eat fruits, we should take a lot of water, we should hydrate and keep our bodies fit. Yes, to avoid any cancerous cells from prospering. We should not, the chemicals you see, they make the cancer cells to thrive. So we should eat more organic and eat more of fresh foods. And then we should avoid the junks, we should avoid the chemicals, we should avoid alcohol, we should avoid smoking cigarettes, because they make the cancer cells to thrive. Yes.
And I like the details, because we need the details.
Yeah.
For our viewers, you get it right. When she talks about eating clean, is not washing your food only, but making sure that she talks about the rainbow, a variety of fruits, vegetables, different colors are good for you. The chemicals she talks about are the very chemicals that these cancer cells feed on. So if you avoid these chemicals, the junk food she's talking about, because when you talk about breast cancer, it's hormone based, So some of these foods could have some of those hormones that will really feed this cancer. So eating clean today is my take home. It's important for the ladies, more so at such a time when we hear so many cases coming up. So eat clean, exercise. Exercising is very important. Get time to exercise. Do you exercise yourself?
I walk.
You walk?
Yeah.
All right, just a simple walk, it can also help you do that. And being a sonographer, also a radiographer, she has given us a secret here, just this is for your information. you don't have to get exposures, X-ray exposures for more than
Yes. Six
times
in a year.
in a year.
Yes.
Wow, that is serious.
And if you're going in for an X-ray, you should ask. There is always a shield.
Yeah.
Maybe you're doing a hand X-ray. You need to ask for a shield to cover the rest of your body so that the hand alone can be exposed. Or maybe you're doing a leg or a knee. You need to cover the rest of the body. You see, most people don't know. They just get exposed, like the whole body gets exposed to radiations. But really the part that really needs the X-ray is the one that's supposed to be exposed. So that's making the other body, protecting it from getting the radiations, because radiations are not safe. They are not safe at all.
Radiations
are not safe.
Safe. Speaking of radiations, the other day someone talked about how we use these gadgets, in the digital era. They emit, what do you call it?
They emit
what do you call it? Is
UV
it
lights.
EMF?
Not the UV lights.
Okay. Some of those emissions, someone said that even just having this gadget all over most of the time, could it predispose us to this?
Too much use of it. It's not good. It's not healthy.
It's not healthy.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Right there. I think lifestyle is something that we have not emphasized enough, more so in Africa. And you've made it clear today. All right. We have so many questions coming in. All right. Someone is saying, hello, I'm Ivy. Are breast reconstructions available and safe in Kenya? I think this one is asking after being undergoing maybe surgery, removing the cancerous tissue. So she's wondering, are breast reconstructions available and safe in Kenya?
Yes. Hi, Ivy. Yes, there are so many cosmetic surgeries going on in Kenya, but you really need to do your due diligence to inquire, to ask about it before you get into it, because it's something that is being new, especially in Kenya. The cosmetic surgery, the BBL, the liposuction, the breast and everything, it's something that is new in Kenya. So for you to do it, maybe you do your due diligence to do some research on it, and then you can settle on one, but it's available.
Okay.
Yes.
So even if the tissue is taken away, there's that reconstruction that can be made.
Yes.
So that you look,
look like you have
presentable.
Yeah.
Okay. Esther here. Good morning, Esther. I hope you're having a good time, and I trust that you have followed this discussion, you have liked, you've subscribed. That is how we really make this discussion go to so many people. You never know who you might help when you share. Esther, okay, I'm on you, don't worry. She says, good morning. Does breast cancer only affect older women, or can young women also get it? Do you answer this?
We didn't get to answer that.
Okay.
Good morning, Esther. Thank you for sending in your question. Breast cancer can affect anyone, not just older women. It can affect even the younger women, those who are in the puberty. From puberty to old age, you are prone to get breast cancer. So it has not really narrowed down to older women. By older women, I think you're saying 40 and above. Even 40 and below, they can get breast cancer. And that's why we are really encouraging the screening and to be vigilant on your body, to check out on the red flags, to know where you are. So it's there for everyone, not just for older women.
Not only for the older women, and we see so many young people having breast cancer these days. Thank you so much. There is another question, no name, but she says, hey, if there is no family history, should someone still go for screening?
Yes, you should go for screening even if there is no family history. I understand when the family history is there. Let's say maybe my mother or my grandmother had breast cancer. There are high chances that I might also have the breast cancer because it's genetic. So that does not mean that if breast cancer is not in your family lineage, you should not go for breast cancer screening. Just go for screening. You may never know. It might lack to be in your lineage, but maybe it can start with you. So screening is there for everyone. Whether it's in your lineage or not, just go for screening to be on the safer side and to get more clarity. Yes.
All right. I think that's very important. You may not have known any history of breast cancer in your family. She's emphasizing that doing that check is very important. for you to know where you stand, so that you do not find out later when there is nothing much, when there is little that can be done. Thank you so much. This is, I believe, quality information. We have another one. Jane, thank you so much for tuning in. Jane Roisambu says, quick one, are there certain foods or habits that increase the risk of breast cancer? I think we
have talked about the lifestyle, the lifestyle change. Habits, you just need to eat clean, eat your vegetables, eat your fruits, hydrate, take a lot of water, avoid alcohol at any cost, avoid cigarettes, exercise and keep fit. Yes, those are the habits that you can incorporate into your things so that to avoid these diseases of breast cancer. Yeah.
I think that's very good information, because those are some of the things that I hear the preachers talk about at the house of faith, just the blessed house. You know, some of those things, don't do this, don't do that. You know, they are helping us, they're helping you. Someone say there is no smoke where there is no fire.
Yes.
You know, so some of these things that have come up, it's because of our lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
So talking about this is very important. So that's where breast cancer comes in. It's important to look out for your health and watch out how you live. Okay, I have another viewer here, though they didn't specify the name and where you're watching from. I always love to mention your name and acknowledge where you are sending this question from, because it helps us follow up and give you quality follow up. Okay, she says, is it true that wearing tight bras or using deodorants can cause breast cancer?
Oh, that's funny. Okay, for deodorants, there is no evidence supporting deodorants causing breast cancer. Maybe you just be keen on the brand that you're using, because nowadays we have so many brands of things coming up, deodorants, sprays, perfumes, and all that. You can get that some of them, they're not of quality. The chemicals might predispose us to getting the cancer. But for bras, you need to get yourself a comfortable bra. That one I can highly recommend, because you see, when you're getting those bras, that there are some of them that have things inside that are not comfortable. So for bras, please, you need to get yourself a very comfortable bra, not too small, just the perfect size that is fitting, so that you cannot bring the breast in an uncomfortable situation, even to allow the circulation of blood in the veins of the breast, that can lead us to not have breast cancer or any other disease, not just breast cancer or any other disease. I really recommend a comfortable bra. Yes.
So in other words, the breasts breathe.
Yes,
they need to breathe.
Yes.
Okay. That is something that is new for our viewers. Your take home should be, they need to be breathe. They need to breathe circulation. They need to be comfortable and things like that.
Yeah.
All right. I say a number of questions today. We have Chris. Chris says, how do you even stay positive after being diagnosed? I imagine it's not easy. Yeah.
Yeah, it is not easy, but it's doable. Early diagnosis, sometimes it's treatable before it gets too late. The reason why you are emphasizing on the screening is for us to be able to pick the details. Maybe an early breast cancer that is forming, that can be treated. So many have been treated. So you just need, whether you've been diagnosed with the breast cancer, you just need to maintain a positive mindset that it will be fine. Even those that are in stage 2, stage 3 going on, yes, it's sad, it's so unfortunate, but you need to keep up with the positive mindset, because all hope is not lost. All hope is not lost. Yes, but I encourage you to screen so that we cannot get to a place where we've had it for long, it has reached grade 3 or grade 4, and there is nothing we can do about it. Yeah. So for anyone who's fighting the positive report that you're having the breast cancer, I know it's hard, you can be in denial for so long, but I encourage you to be positive. There are survivors, there are those who have been healed of breast cancer. You can search on stories and follow up on them to encourage you. And then you also believe that God can heal anything. So do not really be broken about it. All hope is not lost.
All hope is not lost. Chris, you get that from a medic here. She's telling you there is hope. As long as this cancer, whatever is bringing you the trouble, has been identified early, there's much that can be done. Unlike in Africa here, where people get to come for a checkup when things are messed up, so it's important, like she has talked about it. Yeah, maybe Fiona, walk us through the journey of when someone comes to Jessey Hospital. What really happens? Walk us through the journey of how you examine them. How do you give them this report? How long does it take for them to get these results? What do you tell them? You walk us through also the journey of, in case someone has, you've discovered a lump, what's the next stage? What happens after? Maybe there is no lump. What do you do? Walk us through that journey.
So you're coming to Jessey Hospital for a breast ultrasound.
Yeah.
You'll be sent to the radiology department. You'll meet us. We'll do the breast ultrasound. From the breast ultrasound, if you're not having a lump or anything alarming, we'll tell you the results. We'll encourage you to keep being fit and then to rescan after maybe 6 months. You can make it a routine to rescan. After every 6 months, you do a screen. You do a screen to check on yourself. That is for someone who's positive, clean, like nothing much. And then you walk in, you come, we do the scan, we find something alarming. We find a lump that is cancerous. We cannot conclude with an ultrasound alone that it's cancerous. I will take you to the doctor. The doctor will explain to you the high risk factors of having such a lump, and then you'll be scheduled for a biopsy. A biopsy lab test takes at least 10 days for the results to be out. Once the results are out, you'll be called. You see, sometimes they usually send the results for the patients, those who are waiting. But for this one, you'll be called. If it's positive, they explain to you on how it is, that it's positive, you're having cancer, but that does not mean that it's the end of the world. You'll be in for the cancer treatment, you'll be sent for the chemotherapy, for the radiotherapy, and then from there, you'll just know the way forward, whether it's something that is reversible or whether it's something that you'll have to live with it. So you just have to accept and move on, because as we said, all hope is not lost. Or maybe you get a patient, you have the lump, but they're in denial. You've really seen the lump, you've told them they're in denial. Such patients, they usually ask for time. They need time to go for themselves, to think for themselves before they come in for the biopsy. Because you see, when you're sending someone for biopsy, you don't know that it will come positive or negative. We usually give them time. But then you tell them the more they take the time, the more the risk. So you can tell them, go take 10 days, 2 weeks, and then you come back. We do the biopsy test. So that's basically how it is. Yeah.
So there is a process to it.
Yeah.
When someone comes into Jessey Hospital, you are able to do to screen them, to do an ultrasound. You said you are looking out for the lump. Is it only what you're looking out for?
Not
the breast?
only for the
What
lump
else are you
on the
looking out
breast.
for?
On the breast, we are looking at the mammary glands. We are looking, you see, the breast has 4 quadrants. We look at all the quadrants. If they are normal, if the tissues, they are normal, if the blood circulation is okay. For breastfeeding moms, sometimes they have inflammation, which call it mastitis. We look for that. And then for lumps, as I said, it's not only a lump that is cancerous that is seen, that is picked by the ultrasound. There are other lumps like the lipoma, there are breast cysts, there is something else called a fibroadenoma. All of them are lumps, but not all of them are cancerous. So when you get whatever lump that it is, let's say even if you're getting a fibroadenoma, it needs to be removed for you to be comfortable. So you'll just be walked to the doctor. The doctor will explain to you. You need to be scheduled for surgery. If you need time, fine, you'll be given time, but you'll also be told on the risk factors of continuing to have it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's really detailed.
Yeah.
You don't just look out for the lump, but you're also interested in finding out the blood circulation,
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yes.
Someone once said that when you're doing a breast exam, it's rather better to do it at the start of your periods or at the end. What is the best timing for that?
For the self-breast examination, it's best done at the end of your period. Because you see, when the periods are starting or when they're almost starting, some people, one of the signs that their period is coming, they usually have some a little bit of pain and discomfort in the breast. So that can be mistaken for something alarming. That's why we usually advise towards the end of your periods or 2 to 3 days after your periods. The breasts have relaxed, your body has relaxed, the hormones have gone back to their normal functioning. That's when you can do a self-breast examination for better results.
Okay, but now for the ultrasound, you don't have to wait. You wait, any time is okay?
Anytime you see, you feel something. Sometimes even the lumps come on the armpit. So it's not just on the breast. Sometimes on your armpits, you can find there is something, there is pain, there is a lump that is forming, just coming, because some of them, they don't start from the breast, they start from the armpits.
Okay.
Yes.
From the armpits.
Yes, from the armpits.
So as you're doing the scan, you also go as far as the armpit.
Yeah, we go as far as the armpits.
All right.
Yeah.
Now this is all to just give us an understanding for those of you who are trying to do this at home. You're doing the breast exam. I know it's okay. She talked about it, but you know there are certain things you cannot see that these experts are able to identify ably, so that you do not delay the diagnosis, you don't delay the treatment and things like that. That's why we have experts.
Yeah, sure.
That's what you do. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I know, because there are so many questions, and there are certain key things we cannot really close this discussion minus having. How does faith, awareness, and community support help in this fight? Because we are in the fight, you know,
Yes,
against breast
yeah.
cancer. Yeah.
Faith gives us strength, like it encourages us. And for awareness, it's creating knowledge, and knowledge is found. For community, you find that these are people that you can walk with the journey. Whether you're having breast cancer or whether you're not having breast cancer, you need people. You need people to empathize with you. You need people around you to encourage you. You need people around you to educate you. There are some who know information. There are some who don't know the information. So faith, community, they work hand in hand to help on this war against breast cancer, because you cannot do it alone. They say you cannot walk alone. We need people, we need community, and we need to know things. We need the knowledge. You see, there are some people who are in so much dark that they don't know whether a breast can be scanned. There's some people who only know that an ultrasound is used for checking the baby, and that is it. So if you tell them we need to check the breast, they feel shy, they feel like it's not right, and something like that. And then there are some people who are stigmatized. Just because you're having breast cancer, you're being stigmatized. That's where community comes in. You work with this person, you encourage them. Faith comes in, you encourage them. You tell them it's not over. You tell them God can heal anything. You tell them that all hope is not lost. You encourage them that they are survivors. Maybe in the community, they are survivors. There are people who have already experienced breast cancer. They were diagnosed early and they were treatable, and then they were fine. Or maybe someone is working with breast cancer. Someone has reached stage 4. There is nothing you can do, but this person is so optimistic. So we really need one another to encourage us to hold our hands and to work together in the war against breast cancer, and also to avoid stigmatization. Yes.
Wow, that is quite profound, and getting it from you, from Jessey Hospital, I think that is something that our viewers needed to hear. Faith, awareness, community involvement is very, very key in this.
Yes.
Now let's talk about that campaign that you guys have been running, because I saw it on your page, and I'm interested. What is it about, and which kind of people are you targeting, and what is the benefit?
So we have a campaign on breast cancer awareness at Jessey Hospital. We are located at Lumumba Drive. The campaign is based on every young girl, every old girl, every woman. You can come in for a breast scan to screen so that you can see the breasts, whether they are good, whether whatever it is, we can screen your breast and doing them. We have a discount running. Right now we are offering breast ultrasound at 1,300. So I'd urge every lady to find your way to Jessey Hospital and come, let's do a breast scan. After you finished Googling, you can come, we get the clarity. Yes.
After finishing Googling, come for clarity.
Yes.
You know, clarity is something that's very important. Do you have your parting shots?
Yeah. Breast cancer is not the end of everything, and early detection is equivalent to early treatment. Early detection can really help us to avoid getting to stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, and all that. So do not be afraid. Do not feel stigmatized, whether you are living with breast cancer right now. Do not feel stigmatized. Do not feel like the world has come to an end. You can rise, because there are survivors for breast cancer. And I encourage you to do the self-examination always, every month. For ladies, when you're done with your periods, you can do the self-examination to check on yourself, to check on your breast, and to check on your health. You can eat healthy, you can exercise and do all that. So after you've done all that, you're welcome at Jessey to finish up with the screening. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Fiona. We can't really get enough of you, the information, the details. We are really grateful. And of course, thank you so much, Jessey Hospital, for powering this conversation. Those of you who need more details, make sure you contact them using that number on your screen. Let this month not end before you do that exam. It's very important, not just for you, but the people who are looking up to you, your relatives, your family, and the generations to come. Again, awareness is very key. She has talked about early detection as being part of the management plan. You need to do this. Breast cancer is not a death sentence. We've seen people who have survived, who have gone through this, but also the science still tells us that survival is reduced less than 40% for people who come in later, but it is increased 80% for those who have really come in early. You need to help these doctors also. We need to work together. Early detection is very, very important. Of course, it is a Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Do not end this month minus getting that scan done and get the right information from the experts. All right, my name is Enock, Kitondekijja, and you have been watching the Healthy You program. Until we meet next time, stay proactive, stay informed, stay healthy. God bless you.
At Jessey Hospital, we understand that a child's smile is priceless. That's why our dental services are tailored with care and compassion to ensure your little ones have the best experience possible. From gentle checkups to specialized treatments, our pediatric dental experts create a safe and friendly environment, making every visit fun and stress-free. Because we believe healthy habits start young. And for the grown-ups, we've got you covered too, with top-notch dental care for the whole family. Visit Jessey Hospital today, located in Roysambu, opposite Park University on Lumumba Drive, and experience dental care that's gentle, professional, and family-friendly. Jessey Hospital. You first.